But could your favorite drink be killing you? A new study finds that too much sugar causes death from heart disease, and the biggest culprit, sugary drinks.
So how do we know which ones are the worst and what are the better alternatives? And here to visualize this is nurse practitioner Erin Tolbert. She is comparing the sugar in your favorite drinks to the sugar in a chocolate donut. I think I'd rather have a chocolate donut. That looks really good. All of these.
You're kind of wrecking that for us there. So a beer is the big offender here?
Well, this is a pint of ale, and a pint of ale is a heavier beer, and it has about as much sugar as 3 chocolate donuts in it. If you choose a lighter beer, something like a lager, it has a lot less. But yes, beer packs a lot of added sugar. And then surprisingly, we also have a gin and tonic here. And I think we hear the word tonic water and we think it has no sugar in it, but a gin and tonic has as much sugar as 2 donuts in it.
That surprised me, and it's mainly because of the tonic?
Exactly. Gin, vodka, whiskey, all of those hard alcohols don't have added sugars in them. It's really the mixers that we use. Like here we see we've got whiskey and a Diet Coke. The Diet Coke has no added sugar in it, so we have no donuts here because we don't have
Wait, but you shouldn't be mixing whiskey with Diet Coke. I mean,
well, it doesn't taste as good.
Well, I don't think you should be mixing anything with Diet Coke. But let's be honest, so the liquor is still being metabolized as a sugar.
It does.
Right?
Liquor
So it's still doing that.
Yes, it's packed with carbohydrates. It still has calories in it, but it just doesn't have those added like high fructose corn syrup and things like that in it.
Okay, tonic I thought forever was good because it was clear.
Right.
It's kind of like
I'm very
clear. It must not
surprised.
have
I didn't
any
know that.
calories.
One of those fake healthy foods.
All right, so champagne, which can be a little bit sweet, that's how big, much of a donut?
Yes, only 1/10 of a donut in a glass of champagne, so that's a good option if you're looking for something to reduce your sugar intake. Same thing with red wine, about 1/10 of a donut in red wine. So those are low sugar options. They still have calories, but not as many as these other.
What about white wine?
White wine has a bit more sugar, especially the sweeter varieties, but it's still low sugar compared to these things like ale.
Huh. I'm kind of amazed to find out that a pina colada has sugar in it.
Right. We've got pina coladas and margaritas at the end. The pina colada has about 2.5 donuts worth of sugar in it.
Whoa.
One thing that's interesting about these options, though, is that it's hard to find out how much sugar you're actually getting. Alcohol labeling standards are different than those for foods, and so you can't actually look at the back of that bottle and see what you're getting when you're drinking those beverages. And so you really need to be careful to look at serving sizes and also just to think about your sugar intake, because it's not so obvious as it is with food when you're talking about alcohol.
I have never thought about that, but you look at this bottle of Jack, and there's
Right.
no calorie,
no calorie content.
Just tells you the alcohol
Yes.
content.
Just says the rum is in it. Right here. That's
So
what it
there's
says.
not a direct connection, bottom line, between the alcohol content and the sugar content.
No, it's mainly what's added to it. So for pina colada, for example, there's juices and a lot of sugary, concentrates added to that. Whereas with a diet soda, you're not getting those added sugars. So the alcohol itself isn't typically the biggest offender. It's what's added to
And
it.
very quick, we're out of time, but what do you drink?
I'm a red wine drinker.
I don't like donuts, so this is a good one.
You're lucky
I'll eat the donuts for you. How's that?
Thanks,
That
Aaron.
works
Aaron
out well.
Tolbert from
Thanks for
Nashville.
having me.
Coming up, Philip Seymour Hoffman's accused drug dealer breaking his silence for the first time, saying